Welcome to the first ever podcast of Chuck and Steve Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Chuck and Steve.
Alright, so today in the news, or not today, but apparently in the news, here's a news segment we brought up right here. A Kansas man who donated sperm to a lesbian couple is being sued by the state for child support.
Now, what's weird about this whole story is that this guy said that he was going to wipe his hands clean, just hurry up and do his job, and there was a Craigslist ad. And apparently now the state wants money from him. This was 3 years ago that he donated this, the sperm.
Apparently. Alright, so William Marotta donated sperm to a lesbian couple in 2009. He's now being sued by the state of Kansas to pay child support, even though his lawyers said he had written an agreement. He had a written agreement with a couple that he would not care for the child or have any parental responsibilities.
So basically, he didn't want to be the father of the kid. He just wanted, to donate for like $50. But what I hear is he didn't even want the money. He just did it for free.
Well, yeah. Apparently, Craigslist ad was $50 to donate sperm to a lesbian couple so they could have a kid. He didn't even take the cash, and apparently he gave them 3 full cups of semen.
Yeah, I want to know how he did that. Like how, I want to know how big these cups were, because that's a lot of
Apparently, after donating the 3 cups of semen, he didn't even need payment because fucking jerking off 3 cups full of semen is payment enough to me. I mean, honestly.
I would like to shake this guy's hand because I want to know who this guy is.
I wouldn't want to shake his hand.
It's clean. He said he washed his hands clean, so we're good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. So what do you think, Chuck?
I don't know. What I want to know is how they found out who the dad was. Like, how would they find out that he's not paying child support, or that he's the
apparently
dad?
one of the lesbians got sick and tried to go through the state for state support. So maybe they found out that way. But even then, one of them would have to have come forward and said, hey, this is the cum that was inside of me.
But see, what I read was that this wasn't made by lawyers, which was their first mistake. They should always go to a lawyer to get written up, so it's legal. It's not legal unless you have a lawyer pretty much write it up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still, if you go and you're gonna trade a car title in, when I traded my Mustang into a guy, I just wrote up an agreement really quick that said, because I didn't have the title, and I think that would have been good enough in court if something would have happened to it.
See, it's all touchy, It goes both ways.
Well, I don't know Kansas law, so.
Yeah, that's another thing we got to figure out is the Kansas laws, what their laws are, because here it's much different.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go around, answering Craigslist ads for $50, but,
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go and, I'm not going to go to Craigslist and be like, oh, man, where can I jerk off for today?
Get $50 a day.
Get $50, ain't bad. I'll jerk off for $50 a day. I'll quit my job.
You can actually, side story, you can donate your sperm for $500.
Really?
Yes.
How often?
They say every, I think, other day it is.
Every other day?
Something like that.
Make
this
$500 every other day?
Yeah, this guy actually took all the money that he made off of doing this and went on trips.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. Saw it on the show. It was crazy. This guy just goes there, and you have to have requirements. It's something you have to have a degree in something. You have to be so smart.
What?
It's there's
you have
a
to
list.
you have to be so smart to jerk
pretty
off.
much.
It's nah, you don't fit the IQ requirements to actually jerk off. So we have to send you on our way. I know you can donate what is that? The plasm, plasm from your bones or something like that. Is it the same place?
No, because what this place is legitimately called is a sperm bank.
So it's
where what they do is they take it. You do your job.
You do your job.
You fill up at least one cup.
At least
this guy
got
did 3.
Yeah,
but...
he did triple the work. You have to fill up a whole cup. I don't know if I can fill up a whole cup, man.
How
big are the cups?
I don't know. They didn't show us a cup or anything.
Because it could be
something maybe that you pee when we go see a doctor.
Still, that's a lot of dude.
That's
a ton.
That's a lot of work.
My kid didn't take that much, and I mean, come on, a whole entire cup.
That's what they're saying, But what amazes me about this whole story about this guy is that he won the 3 cups. That really amazes me because I don't know, many guys can probably fill up one.
Yeah, I couldn't fill up half a cup.
Second thing is, if this guy said he wants nothing to do with this kid, I understand go after him if he said, hey, I want to be part of this kid's life 3 years later.
Yeah.
But he didn't want anything to do with this kid.
Well, no, man.
So I think they should just leave him alone, let him go,
Well, yeah.
let him live his life.
Like, it's really dumb. Like, I don't understand anybody who would, try and go after this guy for child support if they have a written agreement to, he's just a guy that just jerked off, and now he's getting charged for it. Like, there was no insertion on his part. He just jerked off into a few cups. Again, a couple cups. I mean, honestly. All right, now here's another question. All right, so scenario, anyways. He's, say he's just getting done doing his dirty business. He's got 3 cups full of cum. He's driving down the street. He gets pulled over by a cop, right? How do you explain that to a cop while you have 3 cups of semen in your car? Like, how do you,
I don't even think a cop would believe that. Honestly, if I get pulled over and I got 3 cups, I would not expect them to believe it.
It's like,
for one.
All right,
but
now,
you can't get in trouble for it. It's not illegal to, jerk off and then, put it in a cup and take it in the car.
All right, sir, is there any, knives or are there any sharp objects on your person or any hazardous material?
No.
No. What are in these cups here? This white substance that is. What is this?
I wouldn't know how to explain to him how I did this. Like if the cop asked me what's in here, I'd pretty much say that's my my stuff. It's my
stuff.
It's my cum.
These are my future children.
Explaining it, but I don't think he'd understand this.
So you're telling me you jerked off and filled these 3 cups?
I have not done that.
No. In this scenario, you got to play as the guy. You're playing.
Okay, yes.
You are playing as William Marato.
Okay, yeah.
Or Murata.
Yeah.
All right, so you're telling me you filled all 3 of these cups?
Yes.
How long did that take you? I mean, how chafed are you down there?
Pretty bad.
Yeah? I mean, did your wife help you, or was it all just you in a dirty magazine?
Probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
Honestly, both.
Both?
Yes.
I mean,
she took a break. I went hard at it. I took a break. She went hard at it.
You got this done today?
Yes.
Well, you're saying, holy...
Took a couple hours.
How?
Took a couple hours.
I mean, that's stamina, sir. And you're saying you're bringing these 3 cups of semen to a lesbian couple?
Yes.
See,
this whole story doesn't sound right.
I mean, this doesn't. I'm not following you.
See, the whole story is just messed up. You know what I mean? And if he, see, they didn't tell us where he did this at.
Was he in a hospital or was he at home?
I'm wondering. I hear he probably was in a hospital. That's what I'm hearing. You have to be.
I mean, honestly, to get 3 cups, again, there is only a certain amount that the body can produce. Like, he had to build up to this, right?
He had to have.
Like, they can't have been he couldn't have just had to be a couple-day process. I can't imagine anybody filling 3 cups unless they're not even Dixie cups, man. That's still. That's a good amount there.
That's done. Even like I said, the ones that you get from the doctor when you do the pee test.
Yeah.
That's one of my pees take up that whole cup, and that's a lot. So I don't understand how this. And the wife had to have helped. In my opinion, I think the wife had to have helped.
Do you think she sucked them off and then spit it back
up
into the
probably,
cup? Yeah.
Probably.
It's second use. See,
so wait, but it wouldn't work then.
I mean, maybe it would.
If she spit it back out, then her...
I mean, did the saliva kill all sperm?
I think it does.
I don't know. Well, I mean, they would be able to use, saliva as, spermicide? I mean, in that case, all you would have to do is eat out your girlfriend before you have sex with her, and you never have to worry, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, that's what we're going with now?
Kind
of.
Right?
I mean, I guess I could try that. That's... I mean that.
No, for anybody that's listening, I'm not gonna try this. One, I don't want the state coming after me.
Well, I mean, just don't do it in Kansas, man.
No, actually, what I hear about those sperm banks I was talking about is they don't just use it to impregnate people. They use it for research reasons. And what they do is basically you go do your job, you give them the money, and then they give you the money, and then you give it to them. They freeze it.
They freeze it?
Yes, they do. They freeze it.
Turbo freeze, Insta-frost, or do they just put in a refrigerator?
They put a refrigerator freezer.
Really?
And they use it for scientific research.
All right, so they're trying to make super sperm?
No, they're trying to use it to see what it can cure.
Sperm can cure illnesses?
No, they're trying to see if it can.
No, so what you're saying, sir, so that I could just jerk off and I can cure cancer.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they're trying to see what, because there are things out there the sperm can do besides impregnate a
Well, I heard
woman.
it can like soften skin.
Yes,
At least that's what I tell my
but see,
girlfriend.
that they probably took sperm from a sperm bank, tested it out, tried it out.
All right, hang on. Now the people in these test subjects, like, they come up and they know, like, hey, we're gonna have you wipe this sperm all over your face, and we're gonna see if it moisturizes your skin.
Something like that, probably.
Like, see if it cures acne
Honestly,
and stuff.
if a guy called you up, a doctor, a legit doctor, said, "Hey, come in, I'll pay you a couple $100, put sperm all over your skin," I mean,
I don't think I'd go for it, man.
Really?
I gotta be honest. Having
you-
somebody else's cum all over me just it's it's
probably
one
would.
step towards Rickyism.
I probably would. If anybody doesn't know who Ricky is, he's a buddy of ours.
Yeah, Ricky
who
is a friend of
actually
ours.
gay.
He's a gay guy. His grandma doesn't think he's gay though. She's
No.
just saying he
He is a
hasn't
fucking right
found the
woman, yeah.
One
But
day Ricky will find the white woman.
He tells us that he is gay, so
Yeah, he's had a few gay experiences from what I've heard.
Yes.
And,
and he actually had some straight ones and didn't work out the way he wanted to.
yeah, he apparently was making out with. Remember he told us the story. He was making out with the girl in that car that one time,
Yeah,
and then he just left. Like he was just like, "Yeah, this isn't working out." And he just left like a cold-hearted son of a bitch.
I couldn't do that. I'd be like, at least gotta say, good job, see you later. You know, you can't just leave.
I mean,
I think there's a part of the story he didn't tell us
honestly,
because I can't.
like there's gotta be. You can't just be like, "All right, now I'm leaving." Like,
I'm leaving.
goodbye.
Well, good day.
Well, I've made out with you now. My job is done.
Have a good life. I know I'm gay.
Yeah, well, I know I'm gay now. Like, how does that girl feel afterwards where she's just, like, sitting there and she's just thinking to herself, like...
I can tell you from...
oh, yeah.
I have a confession I have to make. I have kissed 2 girls. They both turned out to be lesbians.
Well, you've kissed more than 2 girls,
But
right?
No. Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I'm saying
but
2 of the
two of the girls you have kissed.
Yes, and right after I kissed them, like, the next person that dated ended up being a girl.
Okay, so you turn people into lesbians.
I found that out, yes. Well, my name's Chuck. They have the Good Luck Chuck movie where the guy,
Yeah.
takes the girls and makes them,
Yeah, all right.
they get married. But instead
So
of
you're
getting
like
married,
that,
I turn
except
gay.
with the lesbians.
Yes.
So,
But luckily my girlfriend isn't,
well, yeah, not yet.
not yet.
She's 4 months into it and she's still sticking on.
Well, these girls I only kissed once, and it happened.
They just kissed
One of them was once, and she turned lesbian.
You kissed a girl and then she was like, I think I'm going to kiss another girl.
It's kind of like that song probably that Uncle Cracker did.
Which
one that says "My Girlfriend," and she goes to like the gym, and she actually like makes out with another girl.
I don't even know
You
that
don't
song
know the
at
song?
all, no.
Oh, it's about the song where he like talks to his parents. It's like him talking to his parents saying that his girlfriend is now a lesbian,
Okay.
and so he lost his girlfriend to another girl.
Wait, so
His girlfriend turned into a lesbian.
it's like Ricky. So
Kinda.
that song is about Ricky, but the lesbian version instead of the cocksucker
Pretty much,
version.
but she just didn't like say, "Hey, I'm done." It was more like she just snuck around with this other girl, and
Oh, so
it's a
behind
good
his
song. You
back.
gotta look it up sometime. It's actually
I know a lot of guys that would be into that.
I
a lot of
actually laughed.
guys.
It was pretty funny.
A lot of guys would be into that. I'm not one of those guys. Never been. I don't know. Like I know a lot of guys who are like, yeah, my girlfriend can make out with another girl. I
I'm
don't
not
have a
into that
problem with
either.
that.
But the song was like he was heartbroken basically.
Well, yeah, he'd be like
the,
me.
the sweet
well,
innocent
I
girl
would
that
be
he met
heartbroken.
turns out going to this gym and meeting this girl, and they do more than just meet.
So it's the girl and the girl
Yeah, the girl
in the gym room, or is it like we meet in the gym and then we go back?
He
to
doesn't
your
explain the
place?
song how it goes.
Okay, so they don't.
He just
like,
says like my girlfriend has a girlfriend now.
So they were showering in the showers,
probably.
what you're saying, soaping up.
They're probably doing
like,
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing.
I think I like tacos now. So that's
So I'm
how it
breaking up
went
with
down.
Decky, yeah.
So that's it's just like Ricky, man. He's like making out with the girl, and he's like, I think I'm gonna go suck a dick. Like that's what I've decided on. Like I'm gonna go and find myself a nice gentleman,
Nice gentleman.
and I'm gonna stick it in his butt. And you have a good day, madam. 'Cause
Have a good day.
really, I mean, you're a great person. Really, it's just all of this, the boobs, the vagina. I'm not really into.
I mean, man moves.
I mean, well, yeah.
You got
Well,
those. You got those people. I mean, depends how Ricky likes his guys.
Well, it's called bears, actually. Bigger in the gay community, bigger people are called bears. Apparently, that's what I hear. They're
That's
called
why I
bears.
used to watch a show, and this guy was called Bear all the time.
Yeah, bigger.
And he was gay.
Yeah,
And I
big
didn't
gay
know that's
guys
why
are
they
called
called him.
bears.
I just thought it was Bear because he was a big guy. I didn't
A
know.
lot of gay people are into bears. Like apparently, fat gay men are like worshipped in the gay community is like a rare commodity.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I think small gay men are called cubs.
Cubs?
Bears and
So you
cubs.
got
From what
bears
I
and
understand,
cubs.
again, this is what I understand. I haven't
Cubs
spent
are
much
kids
time in the gay.
too.
Yeah, but like they're like little bears. So
Yeah,
cubs.
but what I'm saying though is like cubs are like sons and daughters of
Yeah.
bears. So that'd be kind of weird to use cubs. You
Well,
know
that's what they use, dude. I'm not again. And then like polar bears are an old gay gentleman. Older gay gentlemen are polar bears.
Now, where'd you get this information from?
Again, dude, look it up.
I've never heard of any of this information
Really?
before.
Are you kidding me?
I've never heard.
An Asian gay or a gay Asian gentleman is a polar bear or panda bear. I cannot remember for the life of me what a grizzly bear is. I know it's something, but they have
So every bear is like a gay person.
pretty much, and there are different specifications. They're not just bears. Like they have different things. Like top is like the person who dishes it out, from what I understand, and then bottom is guy who's taking in the bottom.
Yeah, that's very descriptive there.
Hey man, it's not. Hey, I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that I've never heard of any of this. Going on.
Really?
I've never heard of bears.
Well, you haven't spent much time talking to gay people. I've had a lot of gay friends since
I've had
childhood.
one.
Ricky. Yeah.
And I've only known him for a year now.
Yeah.
I
He's a good guy.
I found he was
Ricky's
gay
awesome.
probably last year now. So,
Really?
yeah, it took me a while.
Oh, I knew right from the start. He was not right from the start, but me and Brad were talking to him, and we were sitting there one night on the overnight. We were all working at McDonald's, of course. We're doing an overnight
Great
shift
job.
with me, Ricky, and Brad. And so I'm like, Ricky, what kind of girls are you into? I mean, are you a boob or an ass man? And Ricky looks at me and he's like, well, I guess you could say I'm kind of an ass man. And I'm like, oh, all right. Like, well, if you got to choose boobs, do you like bigger boobs or small boobs? He's like, I prefer like no boobs. And I'm like, no boobs? Like,
That's kind of weird.
No, like flat chested? Or he's like, no, just no boobs at all. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, well, I'm like, Ricky, so if you had to choose between a vagina and a cock, which one would it be? And he went, well, be honest. And he told me, and yeah, apparently a lot of people knew at work before I even did.
See, now here's how I found out. This girl told me that she went straight up to him and said, "Ricky, are you gay?" And
Well, he's never tried to hide it. Like,
no, he did in high school. He did in high school.
He did in high school.
Yes.
Again, I don't
See,
remember
talked
Ricky
to him
from
about
high
it.
school.
See, I didn't know him either. I talked to him when I found out he was gay. I asked him. I said, "So," because I didn't believe it when people first
Well, I
told me
mean,
he was
people
gay.
will pick on you in high school for if you're
Yeah.
different and stuff.
Well, now
you
he
know?
doesn't care.
Yeah,
But like,
which is good. You
see,
should.
when I found out, I didn't believe it. You
Yeah.
know, I was like, "No, he's not gay."
Yeah.
You know? So I go up to him like, "Hey, Ricky, you're gay," and he flattened out just said yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I said, "You're not gonna try
he's
hiding?"
very
He goes,
open
"No."
about
He
it.
goes, "High school's over. That I did in high school, and now I just don't care." I said, "Well, that's good for you."
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't want to get picked on in high school. I mean, you got to stand for what you believe in, what you're putting in your mouth. But I mean, it makes sense they wouldn't tell anybody in high school because kids in our high school were pretty dicks. Like there were a lot of dicks in our high school.
I was the guy that defended, those people that were
I sat at
dicks,
the head of the misfit table with all the misfits that came and hang out with.
Well, then
hung out
again, I
with
was
me
a
'cause they're all
jock
my
that a lot of people were
friends.
scared of. So well, some people were, And then I was also the nice guy that everybody loved. But I didn't know Ricky in high school, which we did go to school with him.
Now imagine how casual and calm I am right now. That's exactly how I was in high school. Just a casual, calm guy.
Well,
I did have a party streak though.
Well, I'm nice like I am now, but in high school I was nice. But I was also mean. Well, once because for one I played football, so
Oh yeah,
I
you
had
gotta
to be a mean
aggressive.
guy. Yeah,
at least,
I carry around a lot of anger.
Oh,
Still
yeah,
do to
man.
this day. But it's less anger.
So you
more
knock
and
a
more.
mother out, man.
I'm starting to get rid of some of it. I use most of my anger yell at the kids I coach.
Yeah, man. You yell at kids. That's what I do. I don't even coach kids. I just yell at them. Just be driving down the street. I'll be like, "Hey, fuck you, kid."
Hey, quick story. Today I actually yelled at some kids.
Really?
Like we told you, we work at McDonald's, and this kid came through the drive-thru, and he was saying like, "Can I get 3 penises?" And I'm like, "Really? This
Oh, yeah,
immature
yeah.
stuff."
Oh, I've
So-
had it happen to me a bunch.
And I wasn't taking orders. I was hearing it.
Except it's
when it
usually just
came
the girl
to-
who's like, "Hey, can I get that dick?" I'm like,
When he came to the second window, I said, "Hey, be a little more respectful next time you come through here."
Uh-huh.
He goes, "Oh, it wasn't me." I'm like, "Okay, I heard your voice through the drive-thru, and it's the same exact voice that you're using now. So you didn't try hiding it, and it sounds like I'm like, just be a little more respectful next time you come through."
Hmm.
The guy just drove off, And
Did he even pay, or did he?
he paid.
Okay,
He paid.
all right.
He
So he
got his
still
food.
got his food.
What
He got the
he
dicks.
got paid. From what I know, he paid because he
Okay.
came through. And then by the time he got the second window, I was supposed to hand out his food, and I was delaying because I was trying to irritate him because
Yeah.
he's playing loud music.
Oh, I
he's
do
trying
that
to
to
dance.
people. If somebody's rude to me and they try to give me a credit card, I'll just keep saying it's declined. Like I won't. I'll just swipe it backwards and I'll just say, yeah, it's saying declined.
Well, see, I was
so many
me and
people get angry with me.
one of my managers were just joking, about how
Which
we
one?
were gonna stall Morgan.
Morgan?
We were just talking about how we're gonna. She told me to stall. I just kept asking questions. I'd like act like I'm walking to the window, turn back.
Yeah.
Hey, did you say that they get this or
Oh, I act like I type up orders on the screen and I'm just like touching the screen and I like I'm ringing stuff up and they'll just look at me and they'll get so mad. And as soon as they roll up their window, I'll open the window again and act like I'm taking it and I'll go back to typing on the screen. Oh my god.
But yeah, like today I'm like, dude, just be a little more respectful the
Yeah.
next time. It's hard to be a worker sometimes at McDonald's with the kids that you get that come through.
It's like Brad says, man. Hey, you don't know what we're doing back here to your food. You got cardinal rule, man. Just respect the people that are making your food. If you want good food,
That's my number one rule.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm fat. It's only because I seen a movie, Waiting,
Yeah.
where they taught you gotta be good with your
For
food.
those of you who don't know what Waiting is, it's basically a movie about people who work at a diner. Do you remember the name of the diner?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah, they're working and basically their rude customers come through and they'll mess with their food. They drop it on the ground. They put pubic hair, scratch their heads so dandruff falls on it for like garlic powder and stuff.
Now that's
like
only
that.
if they're mean.
That's only if they're mean.
And they
If
gotta
you're a
be
good
like
customer,
really bad.
Yeah.
And it shows you. And basically they try training this kid who can't talk. That's basically part
Well,
of the
I
movie.
mean, he could talk. They just won't
Yeah.
let him talk. Like, he
They won't
tries
let
to
him.
talk, and they just cut him off every time.
Every time.
It's brilliant.
And like Dane Cook's in it. He has a little role. He's not
Well,
in too
yeah,
much
he's
of
just
it.
a very side
Yeah.
character.
But what's funny is he has the funniest lines though in that movie.
He does. What the fuck did I do?
Or the Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch.
Yeah.
It's just classic. But like basically, this movie like they do the meanest things to some of these customers. And when I watch this movie, I'm like, man, I'm gonna start being when I go through a drive-through, I'm the nicest person ever.
Exactly, man. You
And
don't know what's going
one
on.
of my friends
You don't know.
was with me, and he goes, "Why are you so nice?" I'm like, "Cause I don't know what they're doing with that food, and if I'm
Exactly.
nice, sometimes once in a while you do
Just
get
people
free
like,
stuff.
just place your order.
They
That's
make
it.
your food, nice.
You don't
I mean,
have-
I'll joke around, be like, "How's your day?
Yeah.
How's it going?" But
I
you'll
mean-
never see me, yelling or.
I mean, you don't have to give like the guy at the front counter anything like a hand job or something to get good
No.
food. Just be a normal person. Just
Be
talk
nice.
to him. Order your food. You don't even have to like joke around. Just order your food and that's it.
Ask him
Just
how your
don't-
day is.
Yeah.
How his day is. That
Just
little
don't be a
things.
dick about it. That's all. Like plain and simple. Just
If they mess up, stuff happens. Just go back through, and they'll.
Well, I mean, if they mess up my food, I bitch at them because I gotta come back through.
Well, I know how it is to be on the other end.
Yeah.
Being yelled at for food. It's not always that person's
Well, I mean,
fault.
I don't like yell at them. I'm like, hey man, I just drove all the way home. Can you think you can like hook me up with a free fry or something for having to come back out? I've done that a couple times with Green Street's McDonald's because they did. They forgot my fry a few times. I was like, hey, can you at least give me a large instead of like the small I ordered? And they're like, yeah, we got you, no problem.
See, one time I went to Burger King, and they forgot a sandwich. So what they did was they gave me the sandwich that they messed up on, which I was fixable because it just had, I forgot what was wrong with it, but they gave me the sandwich back, and then they gave me the new sandwich. So I was like, okay, double the food.
Yeah, man.
Well, before I started working at McDonald's, my mom was really picky about how she would eat her food.
Uh-huh.
And she had to have it plain with just lettuce and the meat as a snack wrap.
Okay.
So when they'd mess up, I'd go back up there. They'd give me the ones with the ranch and olive on it, and then they'd give me, the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I would eat the ones with the ranch. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
free food
that's
for
free
me.
food, yeah,
And then
you
give
pay
the ones,
Yeah.
the fixed ones to my mom.
That's not a problem at all.
I mean, most times when somebody messes up on the food, they're going to fix it.
yeah, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't, I mean, if you mess up somebody's order, like, I could see if, like, somebody's coming through and trying to, like, hassle you on the order or something, and, hey, you messed this up, and you did it right. Like, I've had that happen a few times, like, hey, I know what I put in your bag. Don't come through trying to get an extra food. I'm like, no, it's in there. You have a good day.
I had one customer come in on Christmas Eve. Now, you didn't work Christmas Eve, I don't think.
Of course not. I got a kid, man.
There was... Yeah, you got a kid. That's your excuse for
Again, I
everything.
got a kid. Yeah, I'm not working Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New
Okay.
Year's, none of that.
Well, me and a couple people were, a little irritated. It's Christmas Eve. We don't want to be working. It's snowing.
It sucks, yeah.
Yeah, it sucked. So this guy comes in, and he he shows us his fry, and there's not even half of the fries in there.
Okay.
And he tells us that's how he got it. I'm like, there is no way that's how you got your fry.
Yeah. Like,
but our manager, who did not want to fight on Christmas Eve, just said, all right, you know what? Here's a new fry. He reloaded it, looked at it, said, this is how it looks. Put it in the bag and gave it to him. Now, Brad is a nice manager. Me, I would have been like, no, that's not how I gave you your fry.
yeah, Brad just doesn't want to fight. Like, Brad doesn't want to. He's just so sick of working at McDonald's that he's just given up all hope of fighting with customers. I still like to give him as much hassle as I can.
But the same night, I'm not happy. It's almost 8 o'clock when we're closing down.
Yeah.
And another girl that was working there was not happy either.
Okay.
Well, I'm halfway through the order, and the guy looks at her, and then looks back at me and sees that we're both not happy. Mm-hmm. He goes, well, we must be too much of a burden. And he just leaves.
Really?
And I'm like, really? I have half your order done, and you're just gonna leave?
Yeah. And
he just walked out the door, and it was like a blizzard outside that day. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, all right, bye.
You want me to smile on the day that I could be at home with my family?
I know, right? Like, it's Christmas Eve, man. I don't want to be here. Why are you here ordering food? Go home.
You should be with your family.
Like,
now, I understand the church people came in, because, the church is right next door.
Yeah.
But people that are at home, usually cook meals.
Dude,
some people
I
have family parties
right
on
now.
Christmas Eve.
Those fucking Mormons. They came this first year I was working there, probably about a month or two in. I'm working front counter. No, I'm not even working front counter. I'm in grill still, because I was in grill for the first year I was there. But I look out, and all these people just come out of nowhere. I swear, it had to be at least 50 people in lobby. Just show up, and they're like, hey, we're from the Mormon church. And they're like, we're stopping here for lunch. Seriously, like 50 customers and their families all just showed up, bought, it had to be close to 1,000 nuggets. Like 1,000 nuggets, so much 10-1. Like, I remember the nuggets specifically, because they ordered like, it was seriously like 40 friggin' 10-piece nuggets, and then like it just kept adding on.
I probably did something worse than that. When they had the fireworks by our work.
Oh my god, don't.
I walked in there.
Fireworks.
And now, I had to show up later. You were there earlier than I was.
Yeah.
And you told me that it was crazy inside.
Yeah, it is. It is our busiest day is the Mount Clemens fireworks, because we're right outside of Mount Clemens.
No, not the Mount Clemens ones.
Which
the
ones?
Harrison Township ones, the one at Metro
Harrison
Beach.
Township? Yeah, they get pretty busy. Not as bad as Mount Clemens. Mount Clemens is the worst, dude. Cause
I didn't work that. I took the time off. Cause
everybody comes from Mount Clemens to get on the highway. They come down this way. They come to
but
right
they have
by
McDonald's
ours.
over there, too.
They do. Yeah, that right off of South River Road.
Yeah,
right
but the
there.
Harrison Township one, that's when we had to close down the lobby because it was so busy.
Yeah, I've done that before. Where we don't have enough people working, and there's too many orders. We shut down lobby. We're like, nope, no one else can come in.
They asked me to come in. I had no idea about these fireworks.
That's why I don't answer my phone.
Well, no, this was before I got direct deposit. I went in there and Melissa's like, "Can you work? Like 10 to 2?" I'm like, I guess weird hours,
I'd have been like,
10
no.
10 at night, 2 in the morning. What do you need me for?
Yeah, I'd have been like, no, actually tonight I'm going to sleep.
I didn't know about these.
Yeah.
I thought 4 easy hours.
Again, if Melissa ever asks anybody to work extra, it's like, no, I don't trust it. Like, you never want us to work. You want to save all the greedy money for yourself.
Like today,
nah,
we had 10% night, which is really busy because the school, we help them out by doing 10% of whatever we make donates to them.
Yeah.
So, I'm working, and I'm working 9 to 5. It starts at 4. It's 4 to 7. And all day, we're trying to find people to come in, and nobody wants to come in. Nobody knows it's 10% night, but they had a feeling that, that something's going to go down.
Well, yeah.
It's going to be a busy day.
You just know, man. It's like the calm before the storm. When
one guy told me, he was in school, so I understand, he didn't, talk to his friends about his plans after, but he said after, school, he'd find out if he could come in.
Yeah.
Well, we already found enough people by the time, he got a hold of me.
Okay.
Then I texted him. I said, well, it is 10% night. And he goes, oh, good thing I didn't come in then. He goes, because I would have been mad.
Yeah, 10%, it's really bad.
It's busy.
I don't even know how people hear about it. Like, I don't know where it's advertised at. Like, I never heard about it when I was in school. Door. Really? It's just like, hey, 10% gets donated to your schools. Like, why do they don't do that?
No, what I heard is, what they do is, the school contacts Betty, who's one of the people that works at the main office.
Okay, yeah, I know. Wait, Betsy, you mean?
Betsy. I'm sorry, Betsy.
Yeah. The bigger
they contact her, and then she notifies Melissa when they're going to do it.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they probably did it when we were, in elementary school.
I mean,
I went to Graham.
have.
I went to Graham.
I went to, yeah.
I'm wondering why, well, the X I don't think does it. At least at our McDonald's, they don't do it.
Is it just for the elementary school? Or is it
Yeah,
for the Lance Crew
it's
School
just for
District?
the- it's just
Okay,
for-
so that's probably
It
why I
says
never
on
heard
there
about it.
Graham Elementary, and it shows a
Okay,
penguin.
All right, and a penguin.
Yeah.
Is that that's the
Yeah,
mascot?
that's the mascot. I was a penguin.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was a
you were a
from-
penguin. Did you get to wear like little tuxedos and sports and stuff?
No. But
Just
see,
like-
what's funny about being a penguin, I went from a penguin to a lancer. Now, don't ask me what a lancer is, because to this day, I still...
You don't know what a lancer is?
No.
You know
because-
the guys that ride the horses.
Knights.
The jousters.
Yeah, nice.
Jousters are lancers.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
They're
See,
the guys that have
people
the
have told
lances
me
and they...
it's a person, it's a sword, and I also heard it's a horse.
No, a lance... Okay, a lance is that big stick that is
Yeah.
used to knock people off horses.
The sword.
Well, it's not a sword. It's a lance.
Okay, I count it as a sword.
It's like a spear, almost. It's more of a spear than a sword, first off. And basically a lancer is a person, a horse, and a spear. Because it's a guy riding a horse.
A knight
with
riding a horse.
A knight riding a horse with a lance. Jousting. You could call them the jousters, but lancer sounds better. Because it's Lance Crews.
Yeah.
What does North have? Don't they have like the
It's Crusader.
Buccaneers or Crusaders? That's it.
Now, here's a funny joke. Well, I found it funny. This
Of course
guy...
you did. It's probably sports related.
It is. Well,
Yeah,
it is.
that's what I thought.
High school football game we went to, I think it was... I don't know. I saw this game film like 4 times. Coach showed me every year, the whole team. And
All right.
by the 4th year, I remembered every play.
So it was like, it was a porn?
No, it was a game.
It was a sports? So
yeah.
It was like football?
Our game.
It was a game that you played?
No.
You didn't play?
Like 2001.
Detroit?
2001.
Detroit or the school?
Our
Okay.
school in 2001.
School.
Okay.
So the high school played.
Lance Crews in the playoffs in 2001 against Utica.
Okay, against Utica.
Yeah, I think it
I
was
thought you were
2001.
saying we played the Detroit Lions, and I was like, well,
No.
that had to be a slaughter. I mean, the Lions suck.
No, we would have got killed. Even though they
Yeah,
suck
I
in the
know.
pro.
Yeah, I've seen like games where they've put like college people in to try and like play against like national or like NFL, and they're just
Yeah.
garbage. Even
Well,
though
yeah.
like the best college team is still garbage compared.
Which is going to be a good debate on one of my other podcasts I'm
Yeah.
going to be doing. So the game film was basically we were playing Utica, and at the beginning they had announcers, and the guy goes, "Well, there's 2 schools. There's Lance Crews Central and there's Lance Crews North."
No,
And
there's
he goes-
Lance Crews and there's Lance Crews North.
They call it Central.
Yeah,
okay?
I know, but it's
But-
not Central. I've told
It
so many
is.
people that it's not
But
though.
now here's the thing: this is how he thought they came up with the names Lance Crews. Okay, you got Lance, you got Lancers, right?
Yeah.
You got Crews, you got Crusaders.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, that is kind of smart, but at the same time, how do you even think about that? Like, all throughout those years, I never thought of Crusaders with the C, Crews and Crusaders.
Is Crusaders spelled with a C?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I'm so bad at spelling.
But
man,
see,
you can't
here's the
even-
problem with the schools. Our colors are blue and white.
They're
Lance,
black and
Lance.
gold. I
Yeah,
think it's so
where do you get
badass
that?
looking. I
where
like
do you
it.
get those colors?
Because
Like,
man, they're
you go
Crusaders.
from-
They got black and gold.
You go from blue and white to black and gold.
Yeah,
that,
that's
that,
awesome,
that doesn't.
dude.
That's weird.
No, Mike and I colors. We play Halo, and we do opposite colors. He goes blue and white, and I go black and red. So like the white and the black are kind of opposites, but like I don't know if the gold isn't the opposite of blue, obviously.
But here's when I played football, we wore black in our
Did you?
colors. Yeah.
Well, I think black looks odd. Dude, black is
It-
like
it does.
slick. It's
It
like, hey
works for
man.
everything, but it's not our school colors. Our school colors are blue and white.
Yeah, who cares about the school colors?
Well, don't you gotta wear your colors?
Why?
So they know what team you're on.
So I want them to know what team I'm on.
If our colors are blue and white and we're wearing red,
Here's
it's
what
not
I'm
kinda,
saying, man. All right, you're in a war. You're fighting, right? Are you gonna come dressed up as an army man, or are you gonna come dressed up as a civilian so you don't get caught by the enemies? The enemies are gonna look at you first off, and they're gonna be like, "All right, he's an army guy. He's obviously on the opposite opposing forces." It's like in Revolutionary Wars, how the Patriots beat so many of the Brits is the Brits were wearing bright red jackets. You see bright red jackets right through the thing, like right
Yes.
through thicket. Patriots were just wearing whatever street clothes so they can blend in and hide in the bushes and
They
like
didn't
up
know
in
they were
trees and
gonna
stuff.
Try killing you.
Exactly. Like you can wear your color. Yeah, you can support your colors all you want, but you're gonna get killed.
Now, what's funny about that is, well, either way, when you're playing a football game, if you're wearing all one color, and say I'm wearing white and the rest of my team's wearing blue, you still know I'm gonna be on that team.
Yeah.
But what's funny about that is, if you ever seen Family Guy, they show one where the guy's like camouflaged, and then you see Peter Griffin, who's a big fat guy in the show. He's wearing a clown outfit, and he laughs at the guy. He goes, "Hey, they're gonna get you first." And I'm pretty sure they shoot the army guy and they leave him alone because he's dressed
Really?
as a clown,
Well, I can see that.
which is very amusing.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, nobody wants to shoot. Well, I mean, there are some people out there that want to shoot clowns. Like, I don't think people. Like,
But a
some
war,
people,
I don't think you're gonna shoot a clown.
I mean, I might. If there's a guy dressed as a clown in the middle of crossfire, he's probably gonna get shot. Like, don't come to a
Then again, this
gunfight
is the
dressed as a
cartoon that I'm
clown.
talking
Yeah,
about,
all right,
so-
all right, all right. It's a
That could be a
cartoon.
big reason why.
I mean, I'm not saying all our troops should wear clown uniforms, but I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Well, your whole dressing, you know.
Well, that's why we have stealth guys, right? They're all dressed in black and stuff, so you don't see them, you don't spot
We
them
have
out.
those guys.
Yeah, they're like
I don't know too
like
much about
Navy
wars.
SEAls and stuff.
I don't know too much about wars, so I thought they all wear
Well, no,
green and black and
well, I mean, you
blue when you're like a marine. Or something
well, you
like
wear
that.
camouflage in like the desert colors and stuff. Like they have camos, but that's so you can blend in with your environment. You don't go in there dressed in like your dress blues, like walk into a war and expecting to like fight and that. That's for. Like my friend, I went to his wedding. I was one of his groomsmen. He didn't dress in a tux. We all had tuxes, but he dressed up in his army dress blues, which is the blue, nice press shirt. You see pictures of them all the time. You get beret on and stuff like that. But that's for like off duty, like ceremonies and stuff. I mean, certain ceremonies, I think you go dressed in your regular uniform too. But again, I'm not part of the army. I couldn't tell you. I just know what I know from my friends who are joining. Joined the army.
I don't really. Everybody that know that joined the army, I don't talk to anymore.
You don't talk to Scott?
Scott, no, not as often, because we used to work together a lot. We joke around at work.
Scott was a good friend of ours when we worked at McDonald's. He
Really, him and Steve over here really helped me when I first started, because they were already working there for over a year.
Yeah, we got along real well.
And they were really good at the grill. And when I first started, I was really bad, and it was funny because they were such good friends that I was walking with a mop bucket to clean the floors, and
he looked real down on the dumps, like he was sad.
I was a little pissed. I'll admit, I was a little pissed.
He was slow or something. I think he got bitched at by somebody.
Yeah, because I was slow and I wasn't
you were
doing
slow on
the
the
job to where they wanted to, and I just walk in and I see those two smiling, and I'm like, okay, this is not gonna be good.
Again, we hadn't talked about what we're about to say at all. We knew what we were gonna say because Scott and I, we were really good friends. We just knew, we knew the dialogue to portray towards Chuck to make him feel better.
And basically what they said was, we didn't, not everybody starts off good, and then they look at each other and go, oh, we did.
Yeah, we, again, hadn't discussed it at all. We both just looked at each other at the same time. We were like, well, I mean, we did. Not everybody starts off the best, but, I mean, come on.
Come on, you gotta practice it.
Yeah. So.
Now, there's another, well, I find the story funny, but I got another funny story I want to share with you guys. There's a football player.
We got to this through the whole guy donating 3 cups of sperm, didn't we?
Yes.
3 cups of love.
Yes. We sidetracked it a lot.
Yeah, we definitely got way off track on that one.
Now,
ending story is we don't know if he got sued or not yet.
There's really not too much, that they released as what I've heard. I've worked for part-time working, helping out with the TV station and stuff, and I just, got the
what's the name
information
of the TV station again?
The TV station that it used to be on, though, it's not on it no more.
Really?
So
they took it off the air?
Well, no,
did
he left and he went to a different station.
Steve?
Yes.
Okay.
But anyways, back to, I had another story I wanted to share. There's a football player, college football player, plays for Notre Dame.
What's his name?
Senior. His name is Monte Teo.
Okay.
Now,
Monte Teo.
if you guys hear his name, you guys already know because he's been all over the news. He's
like
been
the
on
Mohican.
ESPN. He was actually on the Katie Kirkland show or whatever it's called.
Monte Teo is the last of the Mohicans.
He was a linebacker for Notre Dame in his senior year.
All right.
Back in September 15th, 2012.
Okay. Wait, so 2000. All right, so that was.
So this was last year. It was last September.
This is what, like 3 months ago at this
about
point
that.
in time?
Yeah,
All
about
right.
that. He was about to play Michigan State, and he said that his girlfriend died of leukemia.
Leukemia?
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of sad.
Yeah,
Why are you bringing this up? This is supposed to be a funny podcast. You shouldn't be talking about
now here's the rest of the story. You ready?
All right.
Now, January 16th, Notre Dame officials and Monte Teo said there was never a girlfriend or a death.
Wait, he just made up the whole girlfriend?
Yes.
I had already talked about his grandma or something.
His grandma died too, apparently.
His grandma?
That actually happened, but apparently his girlfriend died.
So wait, his grandma passed away, And he
Yes.
said his girlfriend passed away?
Both of them.
Okay.
But what comes to find out on January 16th, he officially says that there was never really a girlfriend. She was fake.
Okay.
But now,
So
the
hang
reason
on. So what
why
you're saying is he was
why they
banging his grandma.
no, he wasn't.
He totally was.
He
You
wasn't.
know he was.
But
He's
no,
he's hooking
but
up with
here-
his... No,
here's
hang on.
here's
He's
the
hooking
reason
up with
why.
his grandma, right?
No, he was not.
He's hooking up...
Grandma.
Dude, look, just hanging out. He's hooking up with her on the
Okay.
side, all
All
right?
right.
You know, he's getting a little action, a little
No,
toothless
no.
every now and then.
I don't see this working out that way.
You know, and she passes away. He's really sad about it, but he can't describe how sad he is, so he just says his girlfriend passes away. You know, but he doesn't want people to know it's his grandma. he probably slipped up once. He's like, yeah, that girl was giving me a blowjob. She just died. And then they're like, oh, wait, you had a girlfriend? They're like, yeah, girlfriend, right?
Well, anyways, this is what he says, you know. But back in September, the reason why he did this is I don't know if many people follow sports as much as I do. I know
I'm sure
you
there
don't.
are some people, yeah.
But when you play football and you play, you know, somebody dies and you go out there and play the game in your life, it shows, you know, pro teams that you can play through adversity. You know, something tragic happens, you'll still play.
Okay.
You know, it takes your draft spot, you know, it moves you up, makes you look a little better.
I don't get why that is, though.
It's just the way football works.
I don't understand. Like, I mean,
it just makes you look better. That's basically the only way I can explain it is it makes you look.
I think I'm too heartless for like that. Like, I think I could still like do stuff through a death.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it as much. Like, I could still go to work and stuff if like somebody passed away that was in my family. But like, that's just me. Like, I can still work. You know, it's sad, but like, it's not gonna.
But see, I couldn't. My aunt passed away last year. I couldn't. I remember. I took like a week off from work. You know,
we never got to do that bowling game that we were gonna do too either, where we were trying to raise money.
Yeah, I never got around to doing that.
That was right before we actually became really good friends. We talked about that.
Yeah, but I didn't work. But basically, when you're in sports, you know, it like I'll give you another example. A guy named Brett Favre. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember who exactly died.
You know, he was a good man.
What?
You know, he was a good guy.
Who?
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. But basically, his back I think it was 2001. Around that time,
that was a while.
Somebody died in his family. He played with Green Bay. He had a Monday Night Football game.
2001 was 12 years ago, Chuck.
So it was a while ago.
That is a while. Like, just think about that for a second. Like, it still feels like the 21st century is fresh and like. I don't know. It was like it's over half my life ago. Like,
yes, it was.
It's such a weird thing to me still that like that's that long ago. Like we have a chance to actually live in 3 centuries. You know that we have a really good chance to live 19, the 20, and the 22nd.
Yes, we
like
do.
If we get past 100, we can actually do that. Like there are some people that
the technology nowadays, they're getting.
No, there is. Yeah, we could live in 3 centuries. We could be 3-century men.
It's very possible. But back to what I was saying.
Anyway, Brett Favre.
He's a really known Hall of Famer, soon to be Hall of Famer football player.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in his family died, and
he had who it is.
I think it was his mom,
so it wasn't his grandma.
No, his grandma's fine.
All right.
From what I know,
Brett Favre's grandma's still kicking.
From what I know, she is.
Yeah.
But basically, he went out there and threw like 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards, which is a good game.
Well, yeah,
and it was an overtime win. He threw his bomb and made him look good, after a death, he goes
Brett
out
Favre.
there and plays.
Dude, nothing can get Brett Favre down.
But what I'm saying though is, compared to this Monte guy, he kind of, they kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, well, Monte, what do you do?
But here's the difference.
5 tackles, or was it 7?
It was it was over 12 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. But now here's the difference between Brett Favre's story and his story. Brett Favre's was real. Monte lied.
Well,
apparently.
Monte grandma still died.
Yeah, but
just because
his
girlfriend, again, man.
But it was all about the girlfriend. They interviewed him all about the girlfriend. Nobody cared about grandma. From what I heard is, I don't even know if the grandma thing is true. But what they're focusing on is a girlfriend.
Nobody cared about grandma.
Because this story is coming from what started to what is now is so
Maybe his
big.
grandma and him were really close though.
But see, here's the thing: they met online. Okay, the guy, Monte and this girl. Okay, and he saw pictures, and they claimed that he got on a plane and tried finding her. Okay. But she came down with leukemia, she got sick, and they talked on the phone a lot.
So he never saw her?
No.
Then why would that have been a bigger deal than his grandma?
What?
Why would he have said that before his grandma thing,
I,
though?
I don't know.
Like, you think
Like I said,
grandma, like, maybe his grandma was a dick or something. Like,
I
his
didn't really
grandma was
watch
just mean to him?
interviews. I was sickening when I heard about this
Do you
because
think his grandma was, like, one of those old Catholic nuns that, like, spanked him with a ruler or
it
something?
could have been.
Yeah.
But
I think that's when they started hooking up.
not go. So
Monte Teo.
now here's a funny part about this. This guy, well, it's
Mm.
not really funny, but this guy says that he's gay and he acted like this girl.
Like Ricky?
Yeah, but he was
Okay.
obsessed with this guy so much he acted like a girl. He said that he can make his voice sound like a girl. Now he went on the Dr. Phil show.
Oh, the guy?
Yes, the guy.
Okay.
Not Monte Teo, but the guy that claimed to be the girlfriend.
Okay, so girlfriend Teo.
Yes. So, but the girlfriend is supposed to be a guy apparently.
So Monte Teo's gay?
No, he's not. This other guy is. This other guy.
Are you sure Monte Teo's not gay?
He claims that he's not. He was on an interview. They asked him. He said he's
So,
not.
all right, so let me get this straight. So Monte Teo, or is he professional or college?
He's college. He's going professional. That's
All right,
see,
yeah.
he
I
was
mean, you think he could hook up with any girl in his like dorm or
Yeah,
anything,
pretty
but
much,
instead he
you know.
goes for a long distance relationship with a gay man. Talks to him on the phone. She's like, "Oh, Monte Teo, I want you to come
basically
meet
this-
me."
Well, like she would always say, I love you, and I'm sick right now, and
Monte Teo,
like-
I am so sick.
pretty much. But now the gay guy that was supposedly this
What's
girl.
his name? Do you know? Or-
I don't know the guy's name off. I can't think of the
Yeah.
guy's name, but he went on to the Dr. Phil show,
Okay.
and they put him behind a
Dr.
curtain.
Phil show still going on?
Yes, it is.
Jesus.
But now here's the kicker. You think that if he could do this voice, he'd do it right in front of everybody,
Yeah.
right? But what goes to find out is he goes behind this curtain, and they play this track. Well, basically he's reading a script. They say, and it's a phone call to Monte Teo.
Okay.
I'm thinking that they're making all this up, and
Yeah, but I mean, you
this
think
guy-
Dr. Phil's in on it?
I think so.
You think
I-
Dr.
I-
Phil, he's a
I
conspiracy theory for
I
Dr.
never really
or
liked
Monte
Dr. Phil in
Teo?
my life. Okay, every time I've heard of Dr. Phil, I didn't like him, mostly because he's a big guy and he calls other people
Maybe
fat.
Dr. Phil was like hooking up with Grandma Teo. And he was
No.
like, I have to save her legacy, Monte Teo, from this injustice.
But this guy apparently was in love with him and was obsessed with him. Now,
The guy, like the gay guy,
this
was
gay
like
guy
obsessed with Monte
basically
Teo.
something like that. He was obsessed with him. Now, I don't know. This
This is why I don't get into sports, man.
but
too much
it would've been
weird
all
shit
fine
about
if he didn't do any of
guys.
this. He was supposed to go. Now, this is I haven't.
This is all speculation. Like this hasn't been proved. Or
Well, it's proven that she's not real. It's proven that
again,
this-
they're acting like this is like a criminal offense, man.
But now,
And-
here's the thing, okay? In football, I know you're not going to understand this, but,
Mm-hmm.
people in sports would realize, understand this. He was supposed to go number 5 overall, and who lucky to be at number 5? The Detroit Lions are number 5.
okay.
Okay, I don't know if this was true at all, but
Mm-hmm.
what I heard on a radio station was that he did not want to be in Detroit.
Really?
So I'm wondering if he made up the story
To try and get bumped up?
to get bumped down.
Oh, to get
Because
bumped down.
if this, now
Wait, so
he
you're
goes from-
thinking he made it up to try and get caught?
Yeah, because it's a story where he can say, "Oh, it wasn't true,"
Mm-hmm.
and teams lose respect for him. So he goes from the number 5 pick to maybe not even get picked in the first
Or maybe
round.
he was trying to go
could
up.
drop
man.
rounds.
Like if he goes there and he plays the game of his life, and then they're like, okay, he can do this under stress. Maybe they're thinking he's gonna bump up from 5.
No,
to,
he
like-
was. He got
He bumped up to
no,
5.
No, he got bumped up to 5. Yeah, because his
Okay.
leadership, the way he acts around the team, bumps him up.
Okay,
But he got bumped down.
so he didn't want to be on the Lions.
That's what I heard. But I don't know if that's true.
Man, who wouldn't want to be on the Lions? Come on. Was it 0-12 the other year?
0-16
Come on, they're 0-16.
in
Yeah, come
2007.
on, it's good.
But my big
It's a
thing
perfect
is,
score.
why do you gotta lie about that stuff though? I mean, I see. I know it makes you look better,
Mm.
but you don't. I mean, if you think you're that good, you don't need to lie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if what you're saying is true, that he wants to get bumped down, like, I mean,
That's
he
my
coulda
opinion.
just,
That's
like,
what I'm thinking. Might have went through.
Yeah, that's
know.
just you. Like, that's not anybody else. It's speculation.
No, I like I said, I find this all sickening, and this guy is weird. I feel like this guy should not be playing football, and I think this guy's probably a lunatic.
Because he lied about one. Because he said he had a girlfriend who died.
He
You're
could
saying
be-
he should not
he
be a
could-
football player
I'm
anymore.
not saying that. If he can play, and
He can play though. He got friggin' 12 tackles in a game. Like he's a good player.
No, but in the BCS game, which is, I don't know if you know, it's like the top game. It's like the Super
Okay.
Bowl,
All right.
basically.
Of
Super
college
Bowls.
football?
Yeah, It's
I thought
the
that was a
BCS
Rose Bowl.
No, the Rose Bowl is not as important.
Okay.
It's a BCS title game, which is the biggest trophy you can get in college history.
Okay.
Well, they're playing Alabama.
And Monte
He
Teo was there?
sucked.
He was terrible.
He didn't do anything.
Was that after this or was that before
This was before this.
All right.
And he sucked. I watched the whole game.
Well, I mean, some people have off games, man.
No, but it's the biggest game in your life. This is the biggest game of his life.
Again, it's not. But again,
everybody's
some people
watching
have
him. All the
games.
all the scouts are making sure because you're under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah.
If he gets picked by a pro team and they go Super Bowl, can you trust him to play that game?
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I mean, this doesn't make him not a good player still, though. Just because he messes up one game, lies about a girlfriend that was probably his grandma, I mean, it doesn't mean he's a bad player. He's better than both of us. He would get picked way before either of us would get picked. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, yeah.
You think people are going to be like,
true.
wait, you lied about a girlfriend. I want Chuck to play. They're like, Chuck, get in there.
I'd be happy. I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh, no. I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Put me number one right there. But
I mean, it would be one play of me getting hit so hard I'd probably break my back, but like, I'd do it. I mean, I'd be like, yeah, I played in one game in the NFL.
I played one game.
Awesome.
A lot of people die for that opportunity,
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people.
People are lunatics. I mean,
are lunatics.
It's
I wouldn't crazy say to want to play in the NFL.
I would play one game to end my life. I would say I'd give up a lot to play one game.
Okay.
If you want to shave off some years of my life, if I knew that was happening, I'd probably play one. That
I mean, yeah. There's only so many people in the world that have ever played in the NFL.
There's 32 teams, and there's about 50 people per team. So,
well, I mean, but over all the years, like you'll be in the record books as hey, you put this. He was in the NFL at one point,
or at least he got drafted in the NFL.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
his name was called somewhat in this.
Yeah, like you were better than everybody else in college. Like you were better than anybody else that didn't get picked.
I mean, think about it. There's so many high schools, right? There's tons of high schools out there.
I'd say at least 11.
No, I'm saying out the country.
I'm saying there are at least 11 high schools in the country.
I can probably go a little more than that.
Yeah, there's at least 11.
Yeah, there is.
Would you say? Would you say at least 11, Chuck? Yes,
but then you cut in half. Honestly, you cut how many high schools in half. That's how many colleges you have.
You think that's right? You think that's the aspect ratio?
That have football. Because I mean, like you go to some community colleges don't have football.
Yeah, like Macomb doesn't have football. ITT doesn't have football.
Yeah. But when you go, for football, you probably cut that down, in half.
I don't think half the team. Okay. Well, again, there's a difference between a university and a community college and a college.
I'm talking about like universities where you actually play.
Universities. Yeah,
and then so that's a lot of people. You're better if you get invited to play at Michigan. Yeah. You're better than a ton of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you get invited to Michigan State, you're just all right.
Yeah, you're all right.
Hey, that first podcast we were doing was running a bit long.
Really long?
Yeah, we can't post it if it's over like an hour. So we're going to cut it into 2 parts. We're going to post both parts today, though. So I hope you enjoy this part 2 of Steve and Chuck Talk Life.
Episode number 1.
Yeah. All right.